to bring our attention within in whatever way you choose to do so. Just taking a few deep breaths just to know that anything that may be on our mind or trying to get our attention will be there right at the very end of our session this evening. And so we just drop within to that inner knowing, to that ever-present divine intelligence that is working around, in, and through and as each and every one of us. And so I just recognize that intelligence, and that intelligence that is ever present within us and is always working for our good. And I know that our time here tonight is divinely appointed, that each one will receive exactly what is theirs to receive. And so I bless this time together. I give thanks for it. And yeah, and so with that,
So it is.
I said, yeah, and so it is.
So it is.
So welcome everybody to tonight's Thrive on Thursday. For those of you listening to the recording who just happened upon this, my name is Katie O'Byrne. I am a licensed practitioner with the Inner Journey chapter, teaching chapter of the Centers for Spiritual Living. And we host sessions called Thrive on Thursdays on the first and third Thursdays of the month. And also when there is a fifth Thursday of the month, that is a time that we do a practice we call visioning. If you are listening to this on YouTube, then you can see our other recordings, and there will be ones that have been marked visioning, just for your own knowledge. So our theme with the Centers for Spiritual Living this month is giant gentleness. Diane, our lovely practitioner, Diane Bridges right here, led a beautiful discussion on giant gentleness earlier this month. And we can all access that if you haven't had a chance to hear it. It's in the archives. I thought with giant gentleness, what came to my mind was a loving kindness and a loving kindness meditation. Is anyone else here familiar with the loving kindness meditation? Okay, a few people are. So it is a spiritual practice where we get to offer up compassion to ourselves and others and ultimately the world. And that is what came to my mind as I thought of wanting to do something maybe more experiential for giant gentleness, for that idea. The Dalai Lama says, be the change you want to see in the world. And a few weeks ago at a previous Thrive, I don't remember the exact topic that evening, but Reverend Sue Ellen Miller brought up Dr. Hugh Len and the Ho'oponopono forgiveness, the healing forgiveness practice, the Hawaiian healing forgiveness practice, and said that Dr. Len said that when we heal whatever part of us may be contributing to whatever it is, to world conflict, to violence, whatever it is, then help heal the world. This occurs to me in a similar fashion, and it seemed really timely to me with everything that's happening in the world. And so loving kindness meditation has its roots in Buddhist practice, and it became very popular in the mindfulness movement, which is where I came upon it. Here in this country, John Kabat-Zinn leads the Center for Mindfulness, and I had gone through a mindfulness course with one of his accredited teachers. And so it is spiritual, but it's not religious. Anybody can practice it, and it can be practiced anywhere, from us in meditation to when we're stuck in traffic. So tonight, as a prelude, I'm just going to, I would like to just go over how I believe the loving kindness compassion meditation, how it relates to our teachings in the Centers for Spiritual Living and Science of Mind. Then I'll also go over what is loving kindness meditation and give an overview, including some of the benefits. A brief explanation of the how-tos, should you want to make this a part of your regular practice. And we will practice silence and end with a short affirmative prayer. Before our practice, I will give some, just in case we, some people like to leave a meditation like this, and when it's brought on, it can bring on a deep inner peace, and some people like to leave on that note. And just depending upon how we're doing with time, I may go ahead and bring the group back together, and those who wish to just leave on a note of silence and peace are welcome to do so. And if we're running short on time, we may just end it there. And that's why I want to give some information before. Okay, so back to our theme again is giant gentleness. And that led me to wonder. So immediately I thought of compassion. And I wondered what our founder in Science of Mind may have said about compassion. So I thought I'd start there. So I looked it up, and what I found was an article by I believe he is a retired Science of Mind minister, Jim Lockard, and I found him on a website called New Thought Evolutionary. So he's an author and a speaker. He lives in France. And I believe he was a leader within the movement. But yes, Sue Ellen is saying, yes, yes. Okay. And so he calls compassion our highest calling. And so here's what he said. He said, interestingly, Ernest Holmes even mentioned the word compassion in the Science of Mind text. And his take on this is that the concept of development psychology was likely not known to Ernest Holmes at that time. And most of his focus was on the development of a spiritual self concept. So the focus was on self. And he did say, Jim Lockard did say that Holmes does cite the effect of compassion, a kinder, gentler world, often in the Science of Mind, and that in his last work called the Voice Celestial, which he had co-written with his brother Fenwick Holmes, that they took on a more mystical approach, and that compassion is a more essential component of that text. I believe, and from what I've seen, that the Centers for Spiritual Living is evolving with a much more widespread progression of spiritual development as the universal spiritual principles that are so much a part of our teachings have become much more widely adapted in a variety of different contexts, not just in centers and churches, but just in our society, much more in generally, and that we are seeing a shift from that self-concept, that me, to we. So the Centers for Spiritual Living, the mission is to provide spiritual tools for personal and global transformation. And our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Our vision is a world that works for everyone. So Lockard said that we hear a lot about compassion in New Thought, and with good reason. He said that compassion is a most important concept in understanding spiritual growth and living a spiritual life, which is really what we're up to here. And that's where he said, I believe it is our highest calling. So compassion is defined as a sympathetic of others' distress together with a desire to alleviate it. That is from the dictionary. And in today's circles, that definition has been elevated to reflect a deeply spiritual and evolved way of being. So he talks about the idea of spiritual intelligence being the ability to behave with wisdom and compassion while maintaining inner and outer peace or equanimity, regardless of the situation. And so you can see where that really is, that is what we're striving for, right? So compassion, therefore, is a deeply spiritual response that begins deep within the person responding and includes, thoughts, feelings, actions of that person toward another. And I'm going to add also toward ourselves. In everyday life, well, I am calling compassion and giant gentleness as being very synonymous. And so it may include everything from not taking offense at something to showing kindness to someone who's not coming from a really high level of emotional intelligence in that moment. So giant gentleness really recognizes, I believe, and embodies the power of love and kindness towards ourselves and others. And I see loving kindness meditation as a beautiful practice to presence our warmth and compassion and radiate it to ourselves and to others. This meditation style really helps to promote compassion and empathy. And scientific studies have documented its numerous mental, emotional, and physical benefits as well. There are spiritual practices and principles that are key to our teachings in the Center for Spiritual Living that are found within this meditation practice. Profound love and forgiveness, like being centered in oneness, like self and other as one. And, as Lockhart said, compassion is our highest calling. I perceive that as a transcendence of our small, human self and into living with spirit as us, our highest state of consciousness. Those are my thoughts on this. So that was partly why I was so interested in this. So what is now I'd like to just go into what is loving kindness meditation. At its core, it's really all about sending good vibes to yourself and the people around you. I found an article there's an app called Calm, and there was an article written, and I liked this. It said, think of it as a mental hug that you give to yourself and then you share it with others. I really liked that imagery. Ultimately, what it is, it's going into a deeper state of mind, into a more peaceful, calm place, and repeating positive, supportive phrases in your mind. And you start with yourself, and then you expand. You can expand to include, friends, family, people that maybe you're having a hard time with or struggling with. And eventually it can go out to include everyone. And it can be just with yourself. It can be just if you want one particular person. So you can do this in a variety of different ways. There are a lot of benefits, and studies have shown the benefits. So one of the things about the Center for Mindfulness that Jon Kabat-Zinn heads up is that they do a lot of studies, and so they've shown a lot of benefits to loving kindness meditation. One thing is that it helps reduce self-criticism, and self-criticism has been shown to be one of the most common barriers to personal growth and happiness. And so studies have shown that loving kindness meditation is helpful in reducing self-critical thoughts and behaviors. And it also enhances well-being and life satisfaction because it increases positive emotions such as joy, love, gratitude, and contentment, all things very synonymous with gentle giantness. and so it leads to a higher life satisfaction and sense of well-being. Better mental health and clarity. Studies have shown it helps with anxiety, depression. It reduces the stress hormone called cortisol and reduces symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder as well as schizophrenia. And it leads to clearer thinking and better decision making. Improved relationships is another key. It helps to cultivate a more compassionate, forgiving, and less judgmental mindset. And so studies have shown that couples have reported increased relationship satisfaction and stronger emotional bonds. There's also some physiological benefits. And so while the primary focus is emotional and psychological, since emotional well-being is often really intrinsically tied to our physical health, it's kind of not surprising that there's some benefits there, including promise in the management of chronic pain and migraines. So I thought those were interesting and that I would bring them to us. So how to practice loving kindness meditation. It can really be tailored to suit your own individual needs and preferences and like what it is you're out to do. And so the core principles remain the same of cultivating love and compassion for yourself and for others. But like I said, you can really vary it in how you want to do it. And so the first, you would start by getting comfortable wherever you are, whether you're sitting in traffic or whether you're, in a chair meditating. So just to like we tend to do all the time, just to start by becoming relaxed and comfortable. And then you go into extending kindness to yourself. And there's different ways that you do that, but at its core, that is how you can begin. You can focus on a quality or attribute that you appreciate about yourself. Or we're gonna start a little differently tonight. And then, as I mentioned, you just repeat phrases like, may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I live with ease, things of that nature. But it can be anything that you would choose to, whatever it is that you're wanting to cultivate. And you can repeat them in your mind or out loud. And ultimately, it's just about wishing good things for yourself, just in a real heartfelt space. Then you expand your level of compassion out to family, friends, loved ones, and even people that you're not so fond of. If you're having a difficulty with someone, something like that. And you use the same phrases, but instead of saying I, you would replace it with you. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. And then you visualize these people and send them your love and kindness in whatever way. And it doesn't matter if the visualization is fuzzy, but the goal is to replace our like more judgmental thoughts with love and compassion. And then after that, if you choose to do so, you can go out and include everyone and everything. And like you can go out to the animals, to plant life, to the world, the planet, the universe, all of that. So just however you would like to do so. And it is suggested to make it a regular practice. just making it a part of your routine. I've done it 3 times this week so far, and I am absolutely loving it. So in a moment, we'll go into a loving kindness practice. But for those for everyone here and for those who may be joining us in the recording, if you have found your way here, you may already know, but to connect with the Inner Journey teaching chapter, our website is inner-journey.org. And Sue Ellen, I'm going to ask you this because I went on the website earlier and I used to see a button to sign up for the newsletter, but I didn't see it this time. It isn't there anymore. Okay, so you would just go into contact and then send an email to our Reverend Sue Ellen Miller, just asking to be put on the newsletter if you'd like to be part of the newsletter. There is a donation button online, and you can pull down, there's a menu you can pull down, and you would select the word vision, and you could make a donation that way. You can also text the word donate to 405-337-9739. No. Okay, no.
The number is right. The word is wrong.
Oh.
You don't text donate, you text vision.
Oh, you text vision. You text vision to 405-337-9739. That's 405-337-9739. Okay. Now I know that. Okay. So now I'm going to see if I can share my screen. That is not what I wanted to share. Okay. Oh, I see. First, I pull up on my screen what it is. I don't want you guys to have to look at me the whole time. So let me try this. Now let me go here. Okay. Are you all able to see the picture? Oh, I can't hear you all because I can't see you at the moment because oh, there you go. Are you all able to see the picture?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I figured it would be better than seeing me on here the whole time. So, okay. So now we're going to go into a loving kindness meditation practice. So I invite you all to find a comfortable sitting position, or if you would like to lie down, whatever you prefer. And to begin by bringing your awareness to your breath and to your body as a whole. Breathe and rest here, bringing a gentle awareness to your breath, riding on the waves of the breath. When you feel comfortable resting with the flow of your breathing, bring to mind someone in your life who loves you or who loved you unconditionally. Feel the qualities of the selfless love and kindness and the whole space of their love for you. right here, right now, breathing with these feelings, bathing in them, resting in the warmth and radiance of their heartfelt embrace of you, just as you are. Feel the experience of being unconditionally loved and accepted as you are, without having to be different, without having to be worthy of love, without having to be deserving. If you encounter some difficulty in bringing to mind such a person from memory in this moment, then see if you can imagine someone treating you, and imagine with great vividness the feelings of love and kindness and regard. And that can serve equally well in this practice. Their love is for you, just as you are, for who you are now, already, and perhaps always have been. Allow your heart to bask in these feelings, to be held in them. Whenever you feel ready, see if you can take on these feelings for yourself as if they were your own rather than those of another. Linger as best you can with the rhythmic beating of your own heart. Embrace in your own heart these feelings of love and acceptance and kindness for yourself beyond judgment of any kind. Bathe in your own complete acceptance of yourself as you are right here in this very moment. Resting here in this field of loving kindness, this embrace of loving kindness, you may find it useful to whisper to yourself the following phrases or hear them being whispered to you. May I be safe and protected and free from inner and outer harm. May I be happy and content. May I be healthy and well. May I live with ease. gently at your own pace, inwardly whispering, inwardly hearing, feeling, sensing, affirming. May I be safe and protected and free from inner and outer harm. May I be happy and content. May I be healthy and well. May I live with ease. May I be safe and protected and free from inner and outer harm. May I be happy and content. May I be healthy and well. May I live with ease. Once you have established a fairly stable field of loving kindness around yourself and have lingered here for a time in the feeling of being held and embraced, you can intentionally expand the field of the heart. We can expand the field of loving kindness around our own heart and our own being, inviting other beings, either singly or in a group, into this growing presence. This is not always easy to do, and so it's helpful to start with one person for whom you naturally harbor feelings of loving kindness, and only if you care to explore it. Otherwise, you can simply keep embracing yourself as a recipient of your own love and kindness, either using the phrases we are already using or modifying them to suit yourself. If you're open to expanding the field of loving kindness out from your own heart and your own being, in your mind's eye and in your heart, evoke for now the feeling or image of an individual, a person for whom you have great affection, someone you are or were close to emotionally. Can you hold this person in your heart with the same quality of loving kindness that you've been directing towards yourself? Maybe it's a child or a parent, a brother or sister, a grandparent or other relative, near or distant, a close friend or a cherished neighbor, singly or together. Breathe with them or him or her in your heart. Hold them in your heart. Imagine them in your heart as best you can. And wishing them well. May she, he, or they be safe and protected and free from inner or outer harm. May he, she, they be happy and content. May he, she, or they be healthy and well. May he, she, they live with ease. bringing mindful, full awareness, feeling the intention behind the feeling, saying, may she, he, or they be safe and protected and free from inner and outer harm. May she, he, they be happy and content. May she, he, they be healthy and well. May she, he, they live with ease. And now, whenever you're ready, if you care to, you can invite into the field of the loving heart those for whom your relationship is more neutral, or even people you don't know at all, or who you may have only heard of, such as friends of your friends. And again, embracing them in your heart, wishing them well. May they be safe and protected and free from inner and outer harm. May they be happy and content. May they be healthy and well. And may they live with ease. And if you find the mind wandering, or you find yourself struggling at a certain point, just notice what's going on in the mind. Or you may perhaps be feeling a sense of struggle, maintaining your focus or your concentration. And simply include yourself in the field of loving kindness and come back to the phrases whispered, spoken inwardly to yourself, resting in the feeling radiating out of those phrases and underneath that out of your heart, moment by moment, with whoever it is, singly or together, to whom you're sending loving kindness. And from here, if you care to, you can once again expand the field of awareness to include one or more individuals who are actually problematic for you in one way or another, perhaps with whom you share a difficult past, perhaps ones who may have harmed you in one way or another, or who, for whatever reason, you consider to be more of an adversary or an obstacle than a friend, or maybe a friend with whom you're having difficulty. This does not mean that you are being asked to forgive them for what they may have done to hurt you, or to cause you or others harm. You are simply recognizing that they are human beings and they too, in all likelihood, desire to be happy and safe. So, as best you can, and only to the degree that you feel ready for it, or at least open to experimenting with it, extend loving kindness to them as well, for all the difficulties and problems lying between you. May he, she, or they be safe and protected and free from inner or outer harm. May he, she, or they be happy and content. May he, she, or they be healthy and well. May he, she, or they live with ease. May she, he, or they be safe and protected and free from inner and outer harm. May she, he, or they be happy and content. May she, he, or they be healthy and well. May she, he, or they live with ease. In the spirit of the boundlessness of the heart and of love itself, we can expand the field of loving kindness even further to include our neighbors and our neighborhood, our community, our state, our country, the entire world. You can include your pets, all animal life, all plant life, all life, the entire biosphere, all sentient beings. You can get very specific and include specific people, even political leaders in the field of your loving kindness. Difficult as that may be if you differ strongly with them and find yourself judging them and even their basic humanity harshly, all the more reason for including them. Being human, they are worthy of loving kindness and perhaps will respond to it by softening in ways your mind cannot possibly imagine. And perhaps the same goes for you as well. You can also specifically include in the field of loving kindness those less fortunate than yourself who are exploited somehow at work or at home. All those who are imprisoned justly or unjustly. All those who are at the mercy of their enemies. all those who are hospitalized or sick or dying, all those who are caught up in chaos, who are living in fear, who are suffering in any way, shape, or form. Whatever brought them to this point in their lives, just as we do, they all want to experience ease. They want to be happy and content. They desire to be healthy and well. They desire to be safe and free from harm. So we recognize this way in which we are all united in our common aspiration to be happy, not suffer, and we wish them well. May all beings, near and far, be safe and protected and free from inner and outer harm. May all beings near and far be happy and content. May all beings near and far be healthy and well. May all beings near and far live with ease. May all beings near and far be safe and protected and free from inner and outer harm. May all beings near and far be happy and content. May all beings near and far be healthy and well. May all beings near and far live with ease. And as we said before, it need not stop here. We can go out even further if we choose to do so and include the entire Earth, our planet as a whole, and the entirety of the universe in the field of loving kindness. May our planet and the whole universe be safe and protected and free from inner and outer harm. May our planet and the whole universe be happy and content. May our planet and the universe be healthy and well. Excuse me. And may our planet and the whole universe experience ease. And in the final moments of our time together, I invite you to rest here in the radiance of your own intrinsic love, kindness, and compassion. Whether you are using words or not, at whatever level you choose or intuitively you are drawn to. Is radiating loving kindness inwardly and outwardly, near and far. And as this time of practicing together comes to an end, affirm inwardly, I invite you, that this practice can be nourished on a regular basis if you are drawn to keep it alive and vibrant. I will close with a mantra from Amma, who is an Indian spiritual leader, and she is known as the Hugging Saint. And her mantra came to me as a beautiful way to envision and summarize this practice. In Sanskrit, it says, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, which means, and I affirm right here and right now, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and freedom for all. And so it is. And so I just invite you, in, if you choose to do so, to leave in the silence. And if you'd like to return here with us now, you're free to do so. And if anyone would like to share any thoughts or feelings, you're welcome to do so.
That was awesome.
Thank you. I wanted to let y'all know that that John Kabat-Zinn had posted a loving kindness meditation that he posted it like, here, use this. And so I didn't use all of it, but I got a lot of it from that. And so I want to reference that source. Is that mine? And yeah, and just let you know that.
That was lovely, Katie. It really was. I just, this is such a wonderful feeling of peace, contentment, and appreciation for myself and for everyone. And then even remembering and being aware now that's something that can be practiced anytime. That
Thank you for bringing that up, Marilee, because I have yet to try it in traffic or in in an emotional situation.
emotional or stressful setting.
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful. Thank you.
Yes.
I love, starting in and then expanding, expanding, expanding. It's very nice.
So just to let y'all know, John Kabat-Zinn actually has it's around 40 to 45 minutes. And when you Google loving kindness, compassion meditation, it will come up in an article. And I have listened to that. I have just, in a meditation 3 times this week. A lot of times I've done it before bed, and I love it. It can be a little long, like if you don't have time for that. So I want to adapt it also, but into something much shorter and try that, because they said, even just a few minutes. So, well, it is my intention, and I hope that this has brought to you a possible way to experience giant gentleness in your life, and to reach that high, what did he call it again? I actually loved what our highest calling, compassion is our highest calling, as Jim Lockhart said. I really appreciated his article also, which I just happened upon.
Interesting how God puts those things right at our fingertips when we need them.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you all.
Oh, thank
Oh, I
you.
don't know who's leading the next one, but in May.
Now look,
I don't have my list in front of me. I don't know.
I have my
Okay.
phone. Kevin is on the.
Oh,
Kevin
great.
is on the 2nd.
May 2nd,
Yes, Kevin is doing.
May
it.
2nd, the first Thursday.
Yes.
Thank
It's
you.
the 4th.
Oh, it's the
May-
4th?
No. It's the first Thursday, which is the 2nd.
So my
May 2.
calendar is all mucked up here. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's the 2nd. You're right. I was
And-
looking at the wrong month.
Well, that does make a difference.
Yeah, it does.
And the 3rd is Lynn on the 16th.
Yeah, it looks
Wonderful.
like I'm up again on the 30th.
And then you're the 30th, Diane? You're gonna do visioning?
I guess.
Awesome.
Yes. Yes.
Yay.
Guess so. Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, thank you, Katie. Thank
How
you,
many-
Very
Diane.
much.
Thank you, Katie.